William Shakespeare, one of the most renowned figures in the world of literature, was born in 1564 in Stratford-upon-Avon, a small market town in England. Little is known about his early life, but it's believed that he was educated at the local grammar school, where he would have been exposed to classical literature and Latin. Shakespeare's father, John Shakespeare, was a successful glovemaker and an important civic figure, while his mother, Mary Arden, came from a family with land and wealth. Despite his family's prominence in Stratford, Shakespeare's early years remain mostly a mystery, with no records of his schooling or personal life in the years after he left school. However, it is assumed that he developed a love for literature and theater from a young age. At the age of 18, Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway, a woman 8 years older than him. They had 3 children together, Susanna and twins Hamlet and Judith. After the birth of his children, Shakespeare's life took a significant turn. By the early 1590s, he left Stratford for London, marking the start of his remarkable career. In London, Shakespeare found himself immersed in the burgeoning theater scene, and it wasn't long before he made a name for himself as both an actor and a playwright. His early plays, such as Henry VI and Titus Andronicus, were met with success and started to establish him as one of the leading writers of his time. These plays caught the attention of theater-goers, and Shakespeare quickly became a sought-after figure in the city's dramatic circles. By 1599, Shakespeare had become a co-owner of the Globe Theatre, one of the most famous venues in London at the time. This theater would serve as the home for many of his greatest works, providing a stage where his stories would reach large audiences. It was here, within the Globe's wooden walls, that Shakespeare wrote some of the most iconic plays in the history of English literature. His tragic plays, such as Hamlet, Macbeth, and Othello, explored the darker aspects of the human condition: jealousy, ambition, love, and revenge. Meanwhile, his comedies, including A Midsummer Night's Dream and Twelfth Night, were filled with witty dialogue, intricate plots, and themes of mistaken identity and love's complications. Shakespeare's ability to combine tragedy, comedy, and history into his works was revolutionary, and his understanding of human emotions and motivations set him apart from any other playwright of his time. Shakespeare's writing was not only successful on stage, but also on the page. In addition to his plays, he was a skilled poet, and in 1609, a collection of his 154 sonnets was published. These sonnets explore themes of love, time, beauty, and mortality, and they remain some of the most famous works in English poetry. The beauty of his language and the universal themes that he explored in both his plays and sonnets are part of what makes his work so enduring today. His writing reflects the complexity of the human experience, capturing moments of joy, sorrow, and everything in between. Although Shakespeare's works are still studied and performed around the world, much of his personal life remains a mystery. In his later years, after establishing himself as a leading playwright in London, he returned to Stratford, where he spent the remainder of his life. It was here, in his hometown, that he died in 1616 at the age of 52. Shakespeare's death marked the end of an era, but his legacy was just beginning. His influence did not die with him. In fact, his works gained even more popularity after his death. His plays were collected and published posthumously, and they have since been translated into every major language. Today, Shakespeare's plays are performed more often than those of any other playwright. Shakespeare's legacy extends far beyond the world of theater. His impact on the English language is undeniable. It is estimated that Shakespeare invented or popularized over 1,700 words that we use today. Phrases such as break the ice, wild goose chase, and heart of gold were all first coined by Shakespeare. His contributions to the English language and literature have helped shape the way we speak and write today. Though Shakespeare lived over 400 years ago, his works continue to resonate with audiences of all ages. His plays are not just historical artifacts, they are living works of art that explore themes of power, love, betrayal, and identity. His ability to capture the complexities of human nature makes his work timeless and universal. Today, Shakespeare is more than just a playwright. He is a symbol of creativity and a testament to the power of storytelling. From the small town of Stratford-upon-Avon to the grand theaters of London, Shakespeare's life and work have left an indelible mark on the world. As we look back on Shakespeare's life and legacy, we see the true extent of his genius. He was not only a playwright and poet, but also a master of language, a